What's up, everybody? Today, I'm currently streaming this on TikTok and Twitch, but I want to go over the ORB strategy, but also different ways of playing it. It's something that I myself am getting better and better at. It's something that I'm learning tricks and new ways of playing the orb. So let me start, okay? So first thing first, right? Opening New York market at the open, okay? 9:30 Eastern. You're gonna get on the 15-minute time frame. You're gonna have the first opening candle. With this indicator, it's called ORB. It will highlight the high and the low. Okay, just need to see something. It will mark out the high and the low. Now, after you get the high and the low, right, you will then wait for a breakout above, but it needs to be an entire, full body close. Doesn't have to be the entire candle, but I'm just saying it needs to be a close above with a body of a candle, not just a wick. It can't just be a wick where it's just in and out. Yes, technically this was a breakout right here, okay? But it is Sunday, lower volume. This is a breakout strategy, meaning we need good volume. We need good flow to break out, right? We need a good amount of volume to really break out to the upside or the downside, whichever direction it's going. You can have these breakouts and it can come right back in. But the thing about the orb is when, say, we broke out, we pulled back, and say we went long on this candle, your stop loss is just below this. So you're doing a very tight stop loss, but you're also able to leverage a little bit more considering your stop loss being very small, correct? You can then just target 2 to 1, 3 to 1, but actually, let's go look at Saturday breakout. And for most currencies and assets, you will only be trading there in the New York market, okay? NASDAQ, S&P, gold's kind of 50-50, but with crypto, you can have a breakout and it might not really blast off until, like this one was 2 p.m. That's the end of the New York market, coming into Asian market, and it blasted off yesterday, okay? Friday happened immediately, but then it was just low volume, you know what I mean? It wasn't. So you look at Thursday and you see, hold on, let me get rid of a lot of this stuff. Okay, you see instantly, boom, breakout, right? And this would actually be support now. You see an instant breakout. Right down here. You see an instant breakout, but it does come back in, goes, taps, respects the high of the orb, and then rallies. And if you're on my lives, you would have took that with us. But that wasn't until 8:15. Believe it or not. This one immediately broke out on Tuesday, and we ran it. You can target a 2 to 1, 3 to 1. Or you can shave off half of your profits at a 2-to-1. Monday we break out. Sunday we break out very easily. Well, actually, it wasn't until about 12. But here's the thing, though. So let's use this example, right? I'm going to do a different one as well. Oops. So if you look at this, we do break out, right? But instantly come back in. And maybe this stopped you out, okay? But because your stop loss, as long as your risk management's on point, you only take a small loss, right? When this broke out again, you could have re-entered because you only risked a little bit, right? You know how to manage your risk. If you don't, then that's something you definitely need to grasp and figure out, because in trading, risk management is everything. Without it, you can't be consistently profitable. So you then tap back in to the high, but it doesn't stop you out. And this one continues. Now, you can target here. Just that alone is a 10-to-1. Target, I mean, you could have took 50% of your profit here, let the other 50 ride, and you could have taken this literally for 29.95 risk to reward. I don't know about you, but that's an amazing reward to risk ratio. Now, this works on doesn't matter, any coin, any stock, works on everything. Breakout, taps the orb high, runs. Easy. Now, we're going to get into different scenarios of the orb, okay? This is actually a decent, oh no, because that's right at the open. This is a decent example. So that was from okay. So hold on. Let me find a good example. So here, now this is another way. You wait for it, right? It forms. You get a high and the low. So this would have shown you a breakout to the downside, meaning a short. But obviously it came right back in. This thing breaks out, super breaks out, comes back in. Now, if you look closely, this thing respected the low of the orb, right? And the thing is, it just did a full breakout. This was a very small breakout to the downside. This did a decent sized breakout, indicating, okay, maybe this does want to break out to the upside, right? So you then see, oh wow, this thing respected the low of the orb. You could take a long off the low of the orb and the high of the orb, meaning like a short if it respects. I'll show you another example if it respects the high of the orb and doesn't break. So respects the low of the orb, bounces, it runs off of that. You can easily take it right off of that. Now, let's see here. Okay. So this was a short that day. Open. Did a small fake out breakout. Same here too. And then broke right here and continues to run down. Now this one left without you pretty quickly. It didn't really give you much of an entry. But you get my point. Failed. Now, okay. So, got a breakout, but came right back in. Then, boom. Gave you the entry here. You could have stop loss above this. Boom. Alright? Now, another thing that I don't necessarily play off of, but it's something I watch, is the guy that I learned this from says the 50% of the orb, so the middle, right in the middle of the orb, is also a magnet. And if you watch, it is a magnet. It will, right here, it reacted right at the middle of the orb. Now let's look, not necessarily on that one, but you can find it, you know. It's not something I play off personally, but it is definitely something you can play. Now with crypto, the orb can play out, you know, midday sometimes. Like this one didn't break out until 9 p.m., the London session. But look how we almost touched the high of the orb and then ran. This is just showing you how many different currencies this works on. Oh wow. Hold on, guys. Now today we broke below the orb. It is Sunday, so things can change pretty quickly. But let me show you. I think the indices will give it better. Now with this ORB Indicator, this one is made by ZZZ Crypto 123. Here's the thing though. On this indicator, it won't correctly, well, you gotta manually set the time for all of them according to your time zone. You make sure it puts total minutes 15 minutes, military time. I have to personally set mine for 6:30 Pacific time because I'm Pacific time. But you're lining up for the 9:30. Oops, I apologize, guys. You lining up for the 9:30 Eastern candle. For me, it's 6:30 Pacific. Okay. Everyone on the live, follow, like, and subscribe. I do this every day. We trade live every day. Today we're not trading because it's Sunday. We're just doing more of an educational thing for you guys. So let's look at Friday's orb. I'm gonna make the two yellow lines be the orb. And where is it? Right here. Okay. High and low. Okay. Wait, which one was it? Oh, it's that one. Okay. Here's the high and the low. So, immediately we get like this fake out dump scenario. And I will admit, if you wait for a clean breakout on the 15-minute time frame, it's going to look 10 times better. So, we respect the bottom of the orb.
The hell is
right here. You could have played off the bottom of the orb, honestly. Or saw the breakout. You could have waited if you wanted to. Saw the breakout. Boom. Oh, actually, let's say here, because this is actually where I played it. Was it broke out, pulled back, hit the top of the orb, and then we just took it from here to here. Here's the thing, though. When you're leveraging maybe a prop firm account, right? Or, you know, or more money, like when you're playing with more money when you're trading. This move alone, just from here to here, can make you thousands of dollars, okay? And with the accuracy of the orb, I mean, last week we went undefeated. We destroyed it every freaking day on crypto with the orb. And we got breakout after breakout after breakout every fucking day. It was beyond easy. Let's see here. So this, was that the orb? Wait, no. It was this. I'm sorry. No, it was this one. Okay. This was an easy ass move. I remember this day. This was Thursday. We immediately make it, print the candle, and immediately break out. We took the long and we just rode it. I didn't even set a take profit. I just decided when, I think I got out around somewhere in here. But this to this, I mean, that's all you need when you're trading a good sized account. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. It's amazing how accurate this is. The market just respects the open, man. The open range is like, and then here's the flip side. So you also can play off of London's high, London's low. There's a lot of other factors that you can mix into it. This is another great example. Wednesday, immediately break out. Same thing. Oh no, this was Tuesday. I'm sorry. Wednesday was in here. I believe Wednesday was kind of a weird day, if I remember right. Yeah, it was a weird day. So it broke out, then came back in, and then looked like it wanted to short, but didn't really. It was just way later in the day. It did short, but it was garbage. Wednesday was iffy. And crypto was great, but on the S&P, it was iffy that day. And we just broke out, and it was just an easy move. I remember I sold off too soon, and then I was pissed because it was way up here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Wow. Dude, Mondays and Tuesday have the same orb. The same open. So Monday that did wick just a little bit more up. But dude, you cannot make this up. Look at this. Boom and boom. 6:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern. That is crazy. So Monday we immediately dumped, and we did take that, but I remember that it just happened so fast, and I couldn't get. I think when it pulled back here, we got in, if I remember right, and then we ran it down, but it happened very quickly. And then Tuesday we ran up. I didn't even notice that until just now. Literally the same freaking orb. That's crazy. And that's the futures contract of the S&P. So that is ES. Ticker symbol ES. So NASDAQ on Friday gave us a huge orb range. We break out. Boom. hit it, right? Gold, now gold, it obviously works, but it can be, I feel like, a little less accurate. Let's see here. Just marking things up, different ideas. Let's just see what's going on. Nothing too crazy. Let's look at gold now. I know a lot of you guys love trading gold. Now, we're not trading live today, but I wanted to just give you like an in-depth, step-by-step how to play the ORB strategy, and also for different variations and things you can do that you can add to the strategy. So here we got this one. Okay. Oh my, dude, it's almost the same as Wednesday. Wednesday and Friday are almost the same, but it's not quite. So Friday, I didn't take this. Now I'm looking at it like, shit, I should have. This was a clean breakout and ran a lot, so it just didn't, I just wasn't watching it. Okay, so.
Go downstairs there.
So, boom, boom, breakout. Okay, here was Tuesday. Popped down, came back, just tapped the high of the orb, and then ran. Boom. Boom. So at first gives a breakout. You would have definitely got, you know how many people probably played that. Oh man, yeah. I guarantee lots of people played the short when it popped back up. But I mean, there's nothing that's 100% in trading. There's no such thing as 100% win rate strategy every day. You know what I mean? But then say you got hit on that short, right? Because that would have been clean. It popped right back to the low of the orb. And say you took that stop loss just above the yellow line, very tight, and this runs and breaks up to the upside, and then you could have caught the long, and then you would have killed it. I mean, holy shit, this thing ran. And this was at 3 p.m. Oh, this was Sunday. So you wouldn't have been able to play. Okay, so this was Friday. Oh, no, it was Thursday, and then there was no trading last Friday because of Easter. I remember now. Okay. So that makes sense. So, yeah, here's the ORB breakout. Pops up. I mean, this is a massive... Jeez, that would have been amazing. So, like I was telling you guys, I just want to show you some different variations before. So, playing off the low of the orb, playing off the top of the orb if it's, for a short. I want to show you one of those scenarios, actually. Right here. Last Sunday, you could have just played the low of the orb because it clearly did not break below it, right? So when you see it not break below the red line, the low of the orb, if it respects it and just clearly bounces off of it, you can take that. I mean, it's not maybe you don't always want to, but I'm just saying you feel out every scenario, you know, you feel it out. You see big volume, pops back down, comes back, boom. Get larger and larger volume. I mean, there's different indicators that obviously whatever you use. Me personally, I use Market Cipher B, RSI, and Market Cipher A as well. That's just me though. So breakdown pops up almost to the high of the orb and immediately breaks down. You could have, instead of waiting for this red line, either one works, but you could have maybe took a shot right there. And you could have targeted this low. Always put your take profits on, always take your take profits on things that, you know, target the low, or take it 1 to 2, 1 to 3. But here's the thing, your stop loss is always going to be very tight. So a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 can be very easy to get. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I always target, take 50% of the profit, and then let the rest ride. You can do that. You can easily do that. So don't just sell it, because like with crypto this past week, things ran for, it just kept going and going and going, right? If you're on my lives all week, we just kept riding this out. I mean, on Thursday, dude, Sui, we've been trading the shit out of Sui, $3, and then ran to 380. We sold off at like 340, 350. I remember this. But yeah, I wish I just held the entire thing, but obviously you just take your money. Wednesday is kind of boring. But Wednesday would have been one of them days you could have played off the low of the orb every time it hit it. 1, 2. Don't over trade, over leverage, but you could have just played this one time off the bottom of the orb, took it to the upside, close. Here again, boom. Like you can play the low of the orb or the high of the orb, right? So I know we're looking at a lot of long scenarios, so I want to find some shorts. I want to make sure you guys see both sides of the orb, right? But here's the thing is, we consolidated for a long time. Let me go back in time. Because okay, so these were, when the market was crashing, we were just hitting. Just like we've been hitting on the way up. I mean, some of the best trading lately, guys. But let me show you. So, here's the orb. It forms, immediately breaks out just a little bit, comes back, tests the high of the orb. Look at that. Boom. And then just milks it. You could have just waited for it to tap the red line. Boom. Huge drop. Same here. Fake little breakout, tests the high of the orb twice, and then dumps. This was a continuation into the next day, too. Tests the high of the orb, then dumps. I mean, first it broke out, but came back in, broke out. You could have just pulled this off and been done, but you could have waited. I mean, that could have played out as well. Dumps. I mean, this melted. I remember this day. It melted so fast you could not even really get an entry, but then it gave it to you. It came back up, and boom. And this is another scenario where I tell you, sometimes the 50%, the middle of the orb, is respected. Look how perfect that is. That's the middle of the orb. Sometimes the middle of the orb is where you can play off of. Sometimes. I I trust the low and the high of the orb more than I do the middle of the orb. I'm just gonna say that, but it does play out sometimes. This one was weird. This would have been a weird day because it breaks out, comes back in, but then doesn't give you nothing, and and then breaks out and then breaks. I mean, that was an iffy day. What day was that? Tuesday. Here's Monday. Easy breakout. Boom. Easy trade on this day. This was, and look at it bounced off the high of the orb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, how could you not hit this? It was too easy. It gave you 5 opportunities to play off of. So this day definitely psyched some people out. Drops, then comes back up to the red line, and then goes up to the upside. Here, easy breakout, comes back, tests the middle of the orb, drops. Okay, I can show you these over and over and over, but you get the gist. Now, the other thing you need to be mindful of, higher time frame. So yes, we caught all of this all week long to the upside, right? But you have to be mindful of the higher time frame. Obviously, we broke out of this, so this wasn't an issue, right? This was not an issue, but it was something I was watching very, very closely because I wanted to see it continue to break above. Same with Bitcoin here. You got, this is now support, but you got higher right now. It came into the higher time frame resistance over here. This is on the 1 hour. So now we're in this zone where we have to get, say the orb, let's just hypothetically here, let's say the orb tells us we're bullish today. It doesn't yet, but I'm just saying, say it tells us we're bullish today. You have to be very, very, it's on the low of the orb right now, actually. It's bouncing off the low of the orb right now. So just hypothetically say we take this, right? I'm not taking it, I'm just saying hypothetically. You have to be extremely mindful of where you're trying to take this to. Because now, in this red box, we're in major, major resistance on the 1 hour. Obviously, you could ride with it, trail your stops, but this is where it can get tricky, is when we have a breakout and it breaks out immediately into support or resistance. We've had, when was it? Just the other day, man. We broke out, what day was that? We broke out into support or resistance, and yeah, I mean, it'll give a reaction right away. So let me see, let me give an example. So okay, this is kind of one. This breaks out, but it comes into this 15-minute resistance and immediately melts down. Not bad, but breakout into a freaking order block, right? And it comes right into this order block right here. Boom, just melts. I mean, someone took this breakout and is probably like, oh yeah, and he's, and didn't sell. This was, and you gotta look for indications of reversals, Hold on. Oh shit. Oh, come on. Where were we? I didn't even remember the date on that. I can find it. Hold on. Okay, here it is. So, you have to look at smaller time frame, and you have to look at what the candles are telling you. Okay. So, if you took this breakout on April 16th, Wednesday, it bounces off the high of the orb and runs. When you got up to this freaking order block up here, right? And you start seeing this candle which is a doji candle, inverted hammer, 2 candles indicating, hey, we might be switching gears here. You should have gotten out when this candle started forming. Or here. You should have been getting out. Because that was showing you that things, higher time frame resistance, and you got these candles printing. Yeah, time to get out. But guess what? You could have took here to here. Sometimes that's all you need. That's literally all you need sometimes. Here's a clean breakout to the downside. Boom. 2.67% drop. Clean breakout. Here's, I know this was a smaller, this is when crypto was barely doing shit for a few weeks. Here's one of those breakouts. Boom. Take that. Snag it. Done. You can be, when you're trading the right size account, a move like that can pay you generously. Okay, look at this one. Breakout and just freaking skyrocket. 7, almost 8%, dude. It's too easy. Breakout to the downside, boom, drop. Breakout to the upside, comes back, tests the high of the orb. If you didn't get in here, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is like as easy as it gets. It's like literally, please take my money. Boom, runs, easy. Here's a drop. Boom, look how much that melted. If you can't find a setup off the orb, I mean, dude, a 6th grader could learn this. I mean, this is beyond easy. But what's crazy is it's beyond easy, but at the same time, it's unbelievably accurate. I challenge any of you guys to go back test the shit out of the orb on any currency, any asset. Yeah. So also, I want to just point this out. We already went over gold. It works on anything. But if anyone's wanting to learn how to trade, DM me. I got you. We'll talk more. We'll hop on a Zoom call. Just DM me if you're really wanting to learn how to trade and you want to be a part of the biggest education platform and community out there. We do offer more than just trading. We have all types of options, e-commerce, social media marketing, everything. All in one. You get everything. I'm going to show you guys some scanners next. Okay. So here's the high and the low. Here's the orb on Thursday. Gives a little bit of a breakout to the upside. Comes back in. Nothing too crazy. Let me find a better one. Here we go. Right here. This was a good one. So, here's the high and the low. The 2 yellow lines. We break out below. Come back. Test the low of the orb. You could have shorted right there. Super small. Stop loss. Down to the support. I would have targeted this support down here, and look at it did. Boom. Easy money. Easy money. I just got here, so I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, I got you, man. Well, first off, everyone follow and like my page. That's the first thing you need to do. I go live every single morning, right? Also, follow the YouTube channel. It doesn't. This is more long videos, long content. Obviously, my TikTok is more short form, but I go live on both and Twitch as well. Like right now, I'm live on Twitch. So, definitely go follow the pages. But if you wanted to get more hands-on and learning how to trade, please DM me. And we will talk more after the live. I'll message you back. I answer everyone that messages. Let's find some more setups on gold with the orb. Okay? I got you. I just have to change the settings for that indicator I use every single time, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. So, okay. this day was Thursday. It breaks out below. Now, this is one you got to be mindful of. It breaks out really good right into not really even that great a support or anything. But we were just, gold was extremely bullish. So, anyways, it comes back up to test the orb. And I was showing you guys, I guarantee a lot of people took the short off the orb and it started to go and then just boom. Here's the great thing about the orb. Your stop loss would have just been barely above that yellow line, the low. You would have took a small L, right? But then when this reversed and broke out, you would have took this long. And I mean, the sky's the limit. Look how much that thing ran. The sky's the limit on that one. You could have just took it from here to here and made off very well. But yeah, you would have, if you would have took that short, you would have gotten hit. But you put your stop loss right above the. I mean, it's such a small stop loss. So your risk to reward ratio with the orb is insane. So you should easily be able to afford another trade, right? So if the thing stops you out and you go, okay, let it breathe for a minute, let me see, and then it breaks out to the upside, you go for the long. Same right here. Where's it at? 6:30. We break out to the upside, boom. Easy move. I mean, this one just gave it to you. That was an easy one. I'm going to go ahead and guess this will be an easy one as well. Actually, it started out. Well, actually, this one's a little bit different. So, this one, where was it? 6:30. Right here. So, on this day, I'm just going to show you the low because it didn't break out of the high. So, it breaks below, but didn't really give you an entry. But that's the thing. You go down to the 5-minute. Oh, shit. You go down the lower time frames, but that would have been a hard one to catch, and it wasn't that great. Let's find this one. So where was it? Crap. Right here. Very, very tiny orb this day. Where'd that thing go? 6:30. Okay. There it is. Didn't really give you. We just moved sideways that day. And then at 11 p.m. it wants to run on London. Kind of a weird one. Let me do another one. And that's the thing I need to keep telling you guys. This is a breakout strategy. So you need volume. You need good volume. So, on this day, we break out below immediately, but it would have been okay because it never gave you an entry unless you went on the retest of the low, right? But we just stayed within the range. Now, this is the flip side, and not the flip side, but the other opportunity with the orb, okay? Now, hear me out. If we're getting a consolidating, all we're doing is consolidating this day, just moving sideways, awesome. If you can, I know it's not always easy to spot, but if you can notice by here to here that we're just moving sideways, awesome. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Oh, we bounce off the low of the orb? Awesome. Let me just take this from here to here. Oh, we're bouncing off the high of the orb? Nice. Let me take it from here to here. And you play this fucking thing like a pinball machine. Oh, low of the orb? Boom. Take it to the high of the orb. Oh, bounces off the low of the orb? Take it to the high of the orb. Oh, bounces off the low of the orb again? Let me take it to the high of the orb. Oh, this time it breaks out? Let me take the breakout. Do you guys see what I'm saying, man? You can play this thing. This would have been, dude, this day would have been amazing if you played it correctly. You can play the consolidation, moving side. You can play it. You can play it very easily. Now, spotting when to play a consolidation type day, you have to figure that out, you know. This, you could have took the long, rode it to the top, got out. You could have seen it's maybe you just skip the shorts, you know, because it kind of breaks out and then drops. But if you spotted it the second time, boom, take it to the low. But this thing played off the low of the orb right here. Boom, play it to the top. Ooh, hits the low of the orb again. Doesn't break. It continues to not break the low of the orb. And you could have just been like, dude, this thing is not breaking the low. And boom, boom, boom. Just kept playing this thing like a pinball machine. And I'll be honest with you, when you're playing the right account size, this to this will pay you. This is 161 pips on gold. Dude, if you can't make money on that, then I don't know what. How you doing? We are just doing some breaking down the orb strategy and different ways to play it. Filming this video for YouTube right now. But yeah, guys, I mean, if it's consolidating, you can literally just play off the inside to the low to the high. So it bounced off the low, came up to the high. Bounce off the low, take it to the high. Just over and over like a pinball machine. Let me find one more. Breaks out, comes back, tests the high again, and then just takes off. So, what do the next thing we're going to talk about? Hey YouTube, that is the end of the orb strategy. Next video I'm posting is about the weekly outlook for crypto. Stay tuned. Hit the like, follow, subscribe button down below. Also follow me on every other social. I go live every morning on TikTok, Twitch, and I can start going live on YouTube as well. It just didn't have a lot of followers because I need to build up the subscribers. But hit the subscribe button and also follow me on every other platform, Instagram, X, TikTok, Twitch. Like I said, we go live every morning, or I go live every morning. All in with Mitch, all one word. Have a good one.